I'm Valerie List, founder of Simplified EFT Tapping, and I'm going to go through the Simplified EFT two-step process for resolving chronic pain. My experience has been that this is almost universally effective. It almost always works. It doesn't matter what the medical diagnosis, scientific explanation, or whatever the history, background, length of time, intensity of the pain, it just almost always works. It is often effective as well with acute pain. So before we get started, I'm going to go real quickly through the tapping process just in case you have not done the EFT tapping before. And then I will move directly into the two steps and take you through them to resolve whatever pain level that you are experiencing. So the EFT tapping has, if you look for what most people do, they will start with this point and they will say some words. It's called a setup. So just for the record, I don't use that at all. So we're going to move directly into the tapping points. There are 8 of them. And we start with the top of the head, then go into the inside of the eyebrow, the outside of the eyebrow, also called the side of the eye, underneath the eye, the nose, the chin, and that's on that crack, collarbone, and under the arm. So this is one tapping round. And so what we do is we continue with tapping rounds focused on whatever the source of the distress is until that particular stress has resolved or somehow shifted. And then we evaluate, refocus, and do some more tapping until our problem is gone. So the two-step process, we first, before we get started with that, I want you to know that it works best when you're experiencing pain and not just if you're having a really good day. So definitely you want to wait until you're experiencing pain. And then just to help to have a gauge, to put a number on it as far as what's the intensity of your pain. 0 is no pain at all, 10 is a very high level, and it'll just help you as we go through this process to recognize what shifts and if your pain is getting less so that you can know that that is happening. So step 1 then is to focus on your emotions or feelings associated with the pain. So are you frustrated with it? Or does it make you feel angry? Are you feeling that you just hate the pain? Or does it make you feel sad? How do you feel about the pain when you think about it? And if there's more than one emotion, just start with the most intense. So focus on the emotion. You'll notice that many in the world of EFT are going to have you say words, and it's not very necessary. You just need to focus on how does it make you feel. So let's say you're feeling angry. Do a couple of rounds and just focus on how angry you are with the pain. After doing a few rounds, you'll notice that something shifted, and perhaps you're feeling less angry and a new emotion came up. And now you're feeling, for example, sadness. So refocus on that emotion and do a couple more rounds of the sadness that you feel when you're thinking about this experience of the pain that you're having. So continue doing rounds and focus on the emotions, recognize when shifts occur, and when you finally feel that there is no emotion, that you're totally neutral, and that you're not reactive to the pain at all, you're ready to move into step number 2. Step number 2 is called chasing the pain. And our focus is on the physical sensation. What does it feel like, the quality, and also the location. Where is that pain located? And use sensory kinds of attributes. So for example, burning or screaming pain or prickly pain or pounding or any type of an attribute that really describes how that pain feels to you, the physical sensation itself. And so we're going to begin with let's say a description, starting out with this pulsing or pulsating heat in my right hip. So we don't have to say those words out loud, but we do focus on what that feels like to have this pulsating heat in my right hip. What does the pain feel like and where is it located? It's a pulsating pain in my right hip. For this one, I would recommend doing maybe 5, 6, 7 rounds and then stop and reevaluate. And it is almost again universal that something will shift, something will change. Either the pain will be less, the quality of the pain will be just a little bit different. Maybe instead of being this wide, now it's more condensed or becoming more of a circle, changing locations. So whatever it is, let's say now it moved into more of a this discomfort or this ache, and it's still in the right hip. So we say this ache that I'm feeling, this discomfort in my right hip. And again, you don't have to say the words out loud, but do focus on what does it feel like and where is it located. Do 5, 6, 7 rounds, and then stop again and evaluate. And each time that pain shifts in the quality or location, refocus yourself and continue tapping. You will see that it will eventually become less and less and less, and eventually you will reach a pain level of 0. It can sometimes just be minutes. Other times it can be a very long time. Just stick with it. You will reach that pain level of 0. Keep in mind when you get to the lowest level that you can also focus on things such as stiffness or tightness, or sometimes people will say there's a little bit of a ghost or a shadow left, or maybe a little bit of anticipation. So tap on those as well. If the pain were to return, let's say a few days later, make sure that you tap immediately. Don't give it the opportunity to come back again. That it is this technique. It gives you the opportunity to live your life without pain. So depending on when you're seeing this video, it will either be before or after the introduction of our certification program. So we do have a Simplified EFT certification training, and then also a book as well. And the book is Simplified EFT Tapping, How to Get Exceptional Results Every Time You Tap. And again, depending on when you get the video is when we will or will not have that book and certification out. But watch for it, and definitely spread the word on this. This is something that if you know someone suffering, there is no reason for any of us to suffer with pain when we have this self-help tool, this way that we can resolve it. We can be free of chronic pain in our lives. What a beautiful thing, right? And I thank you for listening to the video. Take care. Bye for now.